Okay, in this video, I'm going to talk about how to sample a population. Sometimes a population is way too big to be able to survey every single member of the population. For example, Spry Middle School has around, like 900 students, something like that. And it would be really hard to track every single one of them down and ask them to complete a survey. So I might just ask a sample of students from Spry Middle School. And we're going to talk about 3 samples of students, or just ways of sampling students that I could use. Simple random sampling, systematic random sampling, stratified random sampling. So for simple random sampling, I put everyone's name in a hat and I could just randomly choose names out of a hat. Everyone has an opportunity to get picked, but I'm only going to pick a small sample. I could also assign everyone a number and use a random number generator on the computer to just choose a couple numbers or choose a couple names, and that could also generate a sample for me. Everyone has an opportunity of being selected, but only a few would be selected for my survey. So a simple random sampling would be if the entire population was given a number or was put in a name into a hat or a simple number generator and they were randomly chosen. That's how you would get a simple random sample. Sometimes I do this in class when I pull popsicle sticks out that have your names on it. I just pull them out of the cup and it's a simple random sample. Now, systematic random sample, you have to make a rule. There has to be some kind of system to how you're choosing people. So for example, imagine each of these dots is a student. And my rule is I'm going to pick every 3rd student. So then I have to follow that rule. So I would skip, choose that student for my sample. Skip, choose that student for my sample. Skip, choose that student for my sample, and so on. So everyone in the population is combed through, and I only pick every 3rd member of the population to join my sample. Stratified random sampling involves groups. I'm going to take the students here, and I'm going to group them by what color they're wearing. So there's 5 students wearing red, 5 students wearing blue, and 5 students wearing yellow. And then I'm going to randomly select 2 students from each group. If you group things first and then you pick from the groups, that is called stratified random sampling. So here are 3 kinds of unbiased sampling methods that we're going to talk about, and let's do some examples below. Miss Wall wants to choose a sample from her calculators to check their battery life. She doesn't want to check every single calculator. She wants to choose a sample. So sample A. Unique numbers were assigned to each calculator in Miss Wall's classroom. Miss Wall uses a random number generator to check the battery life on 5 calculators. Random number generator. What sampling type did you use? Well, remember, if you use a random number generator or you choose names out of a hat or you choose numbers out of a hat, that is a simple random sample. Okay. Miss Wall checked the battery life on every 5th calculator. So I made a rule. I'm going to check every 5th one. That's kind of like this rule. I'm going to check every 3rd student for the survey. So if there's a rule set up, that is a systematic random sample. And lastly, Miss Wall's desks are grouped in sets of 4. She checked the battery life on 1 calculator from each group of desks. What sampling type did she use? Well, since she's checking 1 from each group, groups is a stratified random sample. She's going to go to each group and randomly choose one. So she's going to make her way through all of the groups. Every calculator has a opportunity to get chosen, but she's going to choose 1 from each group. If it's group, it's stratified. Okay, I hope this was helpful. Please see me if you have any questions.